Well, we get the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, which I remember everybody screaming and applauding at in the cinema.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then,
when that Star Wars goes bang, I mean, like that, I remember that vividly, that sense of the excitement of that in the cinema. That was incredible. Instance later, you can smell there's trouble at mill.
Yeah.
When the first paragraph of the text scrawl is, turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. Okay, sure. And then the second sentence is, the taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. And you go, oh my God, this is who? When did they settle on this as the real hook on which to hang the entire plot of this film?
You want it to be hairy boob monsters have taken the president prisoner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bail Organa has been captured by a Sith Lord that's just a big spider with a massive mono boob covered in hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, brilliant, great.
This feels like there were two cuts of the film. One was for excited man, children, and children. The other one was for a convention of accountants, and unfortunately the convention of accountants version has been released.
Exactly. It's sort of like, it reads like a pamphlet about Brexit, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Like, we need to free up our trade routes and, create more independence from the Galactic Senate.
What I don't understand is it says the Supreme Chancellor has secretly sent 2 Jedis to sort out a trade dispute, which is like sending like your 2 judo champions to smooth over the China-United States trade war.
Awful.
So the people driving the spaceship that lands on the Trade Federation donut.
Yes, that's right.
She says, with all due respect, which I always enjoy as an opening gambit.
Which again, in that accent makes me think, with all due respect, you're a
Yeah, exactly.
You've always been a nothing's going to change. You'll just be a bigger
Yeah, don't say that. We haven't met them yet.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Apologies.
Say that when we're leaving.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
So they drop off the Jedis. The Jedis go in with a C-3PO looking motherfucker, and this
who is played by Lindsay Duncan.
No.
Lindsay Duncan as a C-3PO.
I tell you, the sky was black that night, my friend, because all the stars were in the Phantom Menace.
That's right.
You had the PlayStation 1 game, I take it.
I went back to it again recently with the power of emulation, and it's not very good. But the idea, it was still early 3D games, so it was really like exciting that you could wander around a real like Naboo or Tatooine or whatever.
My biggest takeaway from it was its dramatization of this scene in particular, with the voice acting of, which I've clipped. I'll put in here.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Your feelings serve you well, Obi-Wan, but don't let them cloud your judgment.
What is your plan, Qui-Gon?
When the Trade Federation Viceroy arrives, we must convince him to leave the system.
Will they agree to leave?
The Viceroys are cowards. This meeting will be short.
That's very fun.
Great. Very compelling.
Very compelling. So then, this is, again, an example of what we're dealing with here, because Obi-Wan's first line is, I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
That's right. Straight in. Drop that right away.
And then Qui-Gon just goes, I don't sense anything.
Yeah, strange that. There's a few points like that where they just don't seem to kind of be on the same page, and you go, surely to show that either of them is, strong in the Force.
They all sense it. Why can't you?
You suggest that they share some sort of understanding.
Should we talk about the robes? A lot of people get upset about the robe situation because...
Oh, I didn't know about that. Tell me about why they're upset.
Well, the fact that Uncle Owen is wearing those robes in A New Hope, so that's kind of like the uniform of a moisture farmer, but for some reason it's been sort of mutated into that's how Jedis dress.
Right, okay.
Because Obi-Wan's dressed like that
Star Wars clothes.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's dressed like in A New Hope, but it makes sense because he's in hiding. But it doesn't make sense that all Jedis dress like that.
Oh, that's interesting. I never even put that together. Again, I think because this film came out too early in my life for me to question it. But that's a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, they should be dressed like Luke at the end of Jedi, surely, in their black...
Yeah, in the kind of cool, the combat gear. Yeah, that would make more sense. Cool. Though I suppose he's meant to look a bit Sithy.
Yeah. I guess also Qui-Gon's supposed to be a bit of a hippie, isn't he? And he says, keep your mind in the now. And then Obi-Wan says, it's not about the mission, Master. It's something elusive. And again, Qui-Gon's like, no, nothing, can't feel anything. He should
Nothing.
do. He should do the
Zippo.
classic. Actually, Obi-Wan, can you feel that? And he'll go, what? And he'll go. The Trade Federation. We cut to them, who are
Yes.
like, what? Oh, you said nothing about Jedi Knight.
And Pop is there, of
Yeah,
course. Pop's there
How
leading
many
the,
Jedi Knights?
the Neimoidians. How many trade delegation? Now, the guy playing the main Chinese alien, who's called Newt Gunray,
Yeah.
is an actor called Silas Carson.
Oh.
Who you may have seen in many things. Like, I've seen him all over telly recently. I think he's sort of someone who he's gone white in the hair, and it's really helped his sort of castability. So you might recognise him.
I'm going to
if you
look him up live now. Silas Carson.
Okay, Silas Carson. John is searching for Silas Carson.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him a lot.
Yeah, he was in The Gold recently
Yes,
as one of the
he
coppers.
was. Oh, wow. Well, good for him. But then Darth Sidious appears, who's
Yes.
clearly Ian McDermott as well.
It's Ian
already know
McDermott
it's
as
Ian
Senator Palpatine. Yeah, it's him. It's him.
He turns out and he goes, the game's up. Sidious, Palpatine, Sidious, whatever your name is. The Jedis are here, and he goes, get this stunted slime out of my sight.
Yes,
That's a bit rude.
very, very angry about it.
His
clearly.
name's Clive, actually. And he's my husband. So could you...
So could you please show some respect? He's piloting this whole bloody donut. Did you not realise that?
It's his birthday.
He's in charge
today,
of the whole thing.
and you've called him a stunted slime. I was taking him to play with his Scalextrics in a minute, and now he's crying.
I'm very sorry, Clive. I didn't mean to call you a bad name on your birthday.
It's okay, really. No, he's being nice, but I'm livid.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you want?
I'm sorry, Newt Gunray, leader of the trade delegation.
I mean, Ian McDermott, right, all he has to do is turn up to one of these Star Wars celebrations, which luckily for him now, they're annually. But I saw him recently, he just walked down stage and went, hello, I'm the Emperor. And everyone's like, way.
Hooray!
He must be thinking, this is fucking easy. But I'd like to have been I'd like to talk to one of the people in that. There's a video that everybody always posts. It's the people getting their ticket checked for the first night of the Phantom Menace. So they're going in, tickets ripped or whatever, and one of them drops to his knees
Yeah.
and is crying because he's about to go and watch the Phantom Menace. I mean, in hindsight, that's appropriate response. But
Yeah, no. But at the time, excessive.
excessive.
If they played the footage backwards, that was him coming out of the Phantom Menace.
I should point out my neighbour has decided at this moment in time to start drilling in the wall, if you can hear that.
Okay, well, I did hear a very distant, dim sound.
That's great.
Do you want to take a pause now?
No,
John?
it's fine. We'll just plough through. Everyone at home understands. So we get how do you feel about the Roger droids?
Oh, I think they're cute. I think it's a weird thing they've done where I think when they start swinging the lightsabers around, you go, oh, very impressive, great gymnastic and choreography.
Yeah.
But what they have done is for a family film, they've made them robots so that you can just mow through hordes of them and it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
It's fine. They're not real. It's fine.
I think
Kill
they're
them all.
quite fun.
But I think they're very cute. But it's weird that your cannon fodder villain is so very cute.
They
Back to the
kill
film.
loads of the droids, and then, as you
Robos,
say,
yep.
they send the droid dickheads, and
Send in the droid dickheads.
and that's when they run at 3.8 billion miles an hour.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, not sure
Correct.
why. Never do it again.
No. Really good time to show off your main characters. Have them run away really fast, like almost with Hanna-Barbera sort of sounds underneath them.
Feet don't
away
fail
from
me
the
now.
danger.
And then he says, they're no match for droid dickheads.
How many droid dickheads?
2 droid dickheads.
2 droid dickheads. And then they are a match for them, right? They just
Yeah,
are.
they are.
They do fine.
And then he says, well, it's an invasion army. We better split up. They're going to Naboo. And then Obi-Wan should say, why are we splitting up?
Yeah, I mean, also you could say, why are we going down here? I mean, I don't really understand. The first 20, 30 minutes of this film are really strange. And I feel like they only make sense if you understand them as, hello, it's Star Wars. Star Wars is different now. It's sort of more colourful. There's this old republic going on. And we've also got loads more money. We've got computer effects. So we're going to take you on a roller coaster ride of all this different stuff we can do now that we've got more effects and more cash.
But with
and
no
it just
charismatic...
otherwise... Yeah, no, absolutely no charisma, and the effects now look dreadful. But Yeah, that's the only way any of this makes sense. Why are they splitting up? Why does Qui-Gon end up in a forest full of like weird animals and a comical side character who adds nothing to the story in any way?
But before we get into Jar Jar, I want to talk about the man from Naboo who talks in reggae.
Who talks in reggae?
He talks exclusively in reggae. Like if you were to dub him with a Jamaican accent, it would be much better. Because the Queen Amidala is trying to talk to them down on Naboo. Right. Communication goes, and he goes, communication disruption can mean only one thing, invasion. And then he says, negotiation, we've lost all communications. So I'm like, communication disruption can mean only one thing, invasion.
And my queen, Iron Lion Zion. Jar Bless. Reggae Man. Iron Lion Zion. Jar Jar Binks. For the nation.
Negotiation. We lost all communication.
It's a very boring reggae song.
Let's get to it. Qui-Gon rescues Jar Jar Binks.
Yep.
And I just put here, Jar Jar was a real roll of the dice, wasn't he? Like, they put everything in on Jar Jar.
They've gone all in on Jar Jar.
And it immediately doesn't work. Yeah.
Yep, straight away. Annoying, looks bad, unfunny, weird design that doesn't feel very Star Wars-y.
Yeah. I also like that every now and then from this point onwards, you can notice the reshoots because suddenly Obi-Wan Kenobi's wearing the worst wig I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't even spot this.
The first one you see is the bit where Jar Jar says, I know the way, follow me, when they go into the water. And Obi-Wan ducks to avoid his ears when they swing round. He looks like, do you remember Dick Emery when he did that character that was a skinhead? Like, I've done it wrong again, Dad.
Oh, right.
He looks like that.
Okay.
So he says, you hear that sound? That's a sound of 1,000 things. They will blast you into dust and grind you into oblivion. Like, don't promise me a good time. And he says, well, there's an underwater city. I can take you there. And then actually he goes, I can't.
Yeah, he suggests it, then immediately retracts it. Again, great. Not just an annoying character, an annoying way for a character's logic to work, annoying way for it to affect the story.
So they go to the Gungan underwater city.
That's right.
I quite like this bit. It's nice music. I tell you what, John Williams brings his A+ game to this film.
Oh, he absolutely does. I was thinking this is a huge leap ahead, but I was just thinking this morning about the first thing that came back into my mind, thinking about talking about this film, was how good that end parade music is.
Yeah.
That takes us like bam, bam, bam into the end credits, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, and Duel of the Fates,
really
of course.
Amazing. Of course, Duel of the Fates, huge one. That's the big one. Never remembers.
Amazing. So they go through, and then in the underwater city, there's another Gungan who says, Jar Jar, you in big doo-doo now?
That's right. Do you know who he is?
No, who?
Steve Spears.
Steve Spears. Why do I know that name?
Welsh actor Steve Spears, fantastic actor. He's in everything.
Oh, hang on.
He's
is the one I'm
best
thinking?
known recently for creating the sitcom The Tuckers, which has
my
just ended
God. Yes, I know him from Extras.
That's right. Yes, he's in Extras as well. That's him. That's Steve Spears.
Wow, that's interesting.
On that space chicken horse.
You in big doo-doo now, Jar Jar?
How many have I got? And so Steve Spears is there, and he's like, all right, bad Jar Jar, nice seeing you.
Oh, Jar Jar, you're in big trouble now, boyo. Yeah. And they go and meet Boss Nass. Now, do you know who voiced Boss Nass?
I certainly do, because he sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
It's Brian Blessed.
Hello, I'm Brian Blessed.
Yeah, Brian Blessed doing that thing that you know he did in the studio without being asked to.
Yeah, that's right. The motion captured his jowls, little white dots just on the jowls to get that right.
And then Qui-Gon goes, well, you will help me, and does the old Jedi mind trick.
The old Jedi mind, which only works on fat blokes in positions of authority.
That's seems. Right, yeah, and people who've got an octopus on their head.
Yeah.
He says,
it doesn't work on Jabba. Oh my God!
It doesn't work on Jabba. It works on Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna, who says, "Hello, is there someone there?"
Yeah, I can assure you, this isn't the least bit amusing. That's right.
Anyway, so it doesn't work on Jabba, but it does work on Boss Nass, who promises to give Qui-Gon Una Bonko.
I thought he said Umbongo. I'll give you some Umbongo.
Give you some Umbongo. Yeah. He's promising him a Bonko, and Qui-Gon goes, you're all right, mate. Sorry, no offence, I'm not into it.
As they're about to leave, Jar Jar's going to be executed by the sounds of it for doing an atrocity.
Yeah.
And Qui-Gon's
Their
like,
atrocity.
Qui-Gon's like, I tell you what, we'll have him as well. Because I saved his life, so he owes me what you call a life debt.
A life debt. When did he find out about the life debt?
Just then.
From this culture he's just discovered for the first time.
Yeah. He read it on the instructions on the way in.
He read it on Wikipedia.
He did, yeah.
give me a second, Obi-Wan. Let me just check out who these guys are.
He checked the label on the Jar Jar.
Yeah, and the expiry date. 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, no. Gone
Would have
right
been
off.
funny in 1967. Oh, dear.
Maybe.
Yeah. So he's like, be gone with you. So they go through the planet go.
The planet go. I mean, if there's a pop in this film, it is Boss Nass, isn't it? Like, let's be honest.
Eating his noodles with his pants around his ankles.
With his robes, spread open. Yeah, exactly.
The planet's core is probably one of the good bits in the film, with lots of like icky big monsters, which is always fun for kids.
There's always a bigger fish.
Miss it think we going back now.
You know, for years and 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 years,
yes,
I didn't realise that Keira Knightley was playing her as the Queen for a bit.
Well, she does look like her, and it's really nicely done. And all the extreme makeup means it distracts you just enough. This time I could sort of see it, but I think that's mainly because Keira Knightley is a lot more famous now.
Yeah,
so you identify her more readily. But yeah.
So she's captured. The Jedis leap down from this sort of rooftop bit, and Jar Jar just kind of falls out like a fat man out of a window and lands on the floor. You're like why
Uncle
is he
Vernon
here?
coming out of a window. Very, very odd.
It makes you wonder.
I always like the look of Naboo, though, and I like the sort of the weird sort of chauffeur outfits that the Queen's Guard has, especially these days with science fiction design. But Naboo looks like sort of an Art Nouveau painting, and I really like how bright and colourful all that stuff is.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like we get any sense of what Naboo is like as a place, though. So I never quite understand the stakes of like, oh no, this museum, I think, might be. Have trade sanctions put on it? It's not very clear.
Not really clear what they do or what they provide as an industry.
That's indeed.
It would make sense if they had some sort of if they had some sort of precious, like, I don't know, spice.
Yeah.
It would make more
or a
sense.
thing they made that only they could make. That was a particularly. They make the lasers that come out of. That's right, yeah. Yeah, they make a really beautiful royal costuming. That's what I think that must be what C.O. Bibble is. He's like the galaxy's greatest royal costumer.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so
get
valuable.
your costumes. Oh no, an invasion. Now, this is one of my favourite bits. They rescue Amidala, and your man who did the lectures, what's he called, Bibble?
Yeah.
He turns to Qui-Gon and goes, your negotiations have failed then. And Qui-Gon's like, they never took place, all right? Shut up. He goes, we got to get to a ship. They get to the hangar, kill the robots within about, 3 seconds?
Seconds, no problem.
Get on the ship, fly off, take away. Ralph Brown turns up.
Yeah, Danny from Withnail and I.
Yeah.
He's getting baked with C.O. Bibble, the reggae superstar of Naboo.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like a reggae name as well, doesn't it?
Naboo, yeah.
No, C.O. Bibble.
Oh, C.O. Bibble,
C.O. Bibble and Pato Banton.
C.O. Bibble, he have a dribble and a quibble. Yeah.
So they get through the Federation blockade, in inverted commas, which by having lots of droids go out and fix the shield.
Sure.
And R2-D2 fixes it. He gets an award.
That's fine.
What about a funeral for the ones who died?
No, fuck them. They're not important.
Fuck them. Ralph Brown flies them to safety. Meanwhile, the Trade Federation tells Sidious that, well, we don't know where they've gone. And he goes, well, we'll never find them.
We fucked everything up.
Yeah, we basically
fucked absolutely everything up.
And then he goes, oh, no worries. I've got an apprentice Sith called Darth Maul.
And he appears, voiced by Peter Serafinowicz.
That's right.
And he says, I shall track down the child queen, dead or alive.
That's right.
And then have some hoisin crispy owl. For the listeners, I'm sure you all know, but in case you don't, the character of Brian Butterfield.
This was me, Brian Butterfield, 6 months ago before starting my diet plan. But just look at me now. I feel like a new man.
And also, if you put a picture of Darth Maul next to a picture of Brian Butterfield and said the same guy is the voice of these guys, I think you'd be rightly impressed.
Lord
Strange choice from
Croupiers, Sith.
You know. Lord Sith Jesus. At last we shall have revenge.
They land on a planet called Tatooine, which is not under Galactic Federation control. It's under the control of the Hutts.
Yeah.
So then Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, and R2-D2 are going to go and find parts. And then Queen Amidala says, not Queen Amidala.
Padme, the anonymous handmaiden.
The anonymous handmaiden, Padme.
Strange that they didn't send out the one played by Sofia Coppola, by the way.
Yeah, I'm glad
who's also in the entourage. Yeah, but
I think her and Jar Jar have been too distracting. You had two opposite scales of acting. On their travels, they encounter a junk dealer by the name of Watto, and he has a little friend.
Yes.
Who is a slave, although they're quite keen to not use the S word so much. Because he says, I'm not a slave, I'm a person. My name's Anakin Skywalker.
I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
And he's an adorable little apple-cheeked Darth Vader.
He is. He's going to kill some younglings.
That's right. In only a few films hence, this adorable little cherub will be slicing and dicing sand people and younglings alike.
Forgot about the sand people.
Oh, yeah.
But, I tell you what, for a 10-year-old, he's a smooth motherfucker.
Oh, he sure is. He calls Padme an angel.
Are you an angel?
Seconds, yeah.
I've seen your clothes somewhere before. On my bedroom floor. You know what I mean, baby?
Hey, are you a force vision of my eventual moral corruption and death? Because I've been dreaming about you all night.
Qui-Gon tries to mind trick Watto because he's like, Republican credits I've got, and Watto's like, I can't take them. And then he goes, no, they'll be fine. And he goes, no, they won't. And he goes, yeah, they'll be fine. He goes, no, you're trying to do a Jedi mind trick. They don't work on me. I'm
doing a Darren Brown on him. Just take it. Just take it. Just take the credits. Just take them. You know?
Yeah. Eat this onion like it's an apple. No.
No.
Walk around like a chicken. No.
Drink this lovely big tall glass of vinegar.
No. Get in this glass cage over the Thames for a week. Oh no,
that's the other one. I don't think that was Darren Brown. I hate to tell you. Yeah, no, I think that was someone else.
It was David Blaine. Anakin boasts how good he is at building things. He says, I can build anything. I can fix anything.
That's right. He's built a C-3PO. He's built a character who will sustain 9 films.
And a cartoon series.
That's right, yeah, that as well.
Jar Jar pisses off the locals and Sebulba.
Yeah, that's right. Sebulba played by Lewis MacLeod.
Yes.
Who, sorry to give it away, we're not going to have a message from Lewis MacLeod, even though I don't know him myself, but I know people that know him. But anyway, yeah, he's great as Sebulba, I think.
But you could put a little laugh on the end of that one.
I've got a message from Lewis MacLeod.
Oh, have you?
I'll just play it now. Hello, I'm Lewis MacLeod. I play Sebulba. Thanks very much, Lewis.
What a delight to have a message from him.
Well, he was busy. Storm's coming, Annie. Better get home quick.
Yeah, who's that? I tried to look her up.
No
but
idea.
There's no way of knowing what her name is or
I think it was the witch from Simon and the Witch.
Right, I thought it was Grotbags.
Oh yeah, it's Grotbags.
Let those other robots die.
We meet Anakin's mum, who's all nice, Shmi. Wasn't she in Peter Pan?
Yeah, she's first mate Shmi.
Anakin tells him over dinner he's an amazing pod racer and he could win the race and give them the prize money to pay for their parts that they need for their ship.
Yeah.
So then this just gets confusing. Watto refuses to accept the payment in Republic currency. So Qui-Gon goes, how about we do the bet where if Anakin wins, I'll get the parts I need and his freedom.
Yes.
And if it loses, you can have my ship.
Yes.
And then Jar Jar gets his tongue numbed and hand stuck.
Yep.
It's really funny.
That's right, and goes blah, 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 and it's an amusing little occurrence. Baby Greedo is wandering around this point.
And
I
it's
think,
Warwick
as well.
Davis as well.
Oh, is it Warwick Davis as Greedo too? He's in several
You're so
places.
fucking stupid, Annie.
I'm a fucking idiot, you piece of...
What are you doing, Annie, you piece of shit? You come here...
One day I'm gonna get out of this place and get shot by a smuggler in the next town.
You come here the day of my daughter's pod race.
With his puffed up cheeks. Yeah.
Well, Qui-Gon senses a strong presence of the Force with Anakin, so he speaks to Sheev. What's it called? Shmi.
Smee.
And she says, "Oh, he hasn't got a dad. I just had a baby." And you're like, "Hang on a minute."
So Anakin Skywalker is a virgin birth. He's Damien.
Yeah.
This is actually making sense now. He is the Omen child, and this is a satanic allegory.
I feel like more should be made of this.
Well, I think more than a sort of raised eyebrow from Qui-Gon Jinn, certainly. Like, literally, he's been made manifest by whatever the Force equivalent of God is, it seems.
I mean, she should say, I don't know how I had him as a baby, because the way I do it, you can't get pregnant.